Welcome back on the AM show. It's exciting as we dig into more very pertinent matters. Now, Primetime Limited, producers of the National Science and Math Quiz, is today launching its STEM Festival at the Nat Hall in Accra. I'll be telling you a bit about that, but the STEM Festival is a celebration of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics aimed at promoting the study of STEM in our schools, educating Ghanaians on the various careers in STEM, as well as giving the Ghanaian youth the opportunity to explore and showcase their innovative ideas. The STEM Festival constitutes the mentorship sessions and the Sci-Tech Fair, which were previously satellite events on the NSMQ. Now, joining us for a conversation from Primetime, Samuel Adjo, Associate Client Service Director with Primetime. Mr. Adjo, a very good morning to you.
Good morning to you too.
And of course, because we connect on this, how we could do all.
Yeah, you too.
It's another beautiful initiative that you've come through with,
Certainly.
Primetime,
Exactly.
National Science and Math Quiz.
Yeah.
And now we know every country develops on the back of STEM.
Science, yes, STEM.
And so you're veering into that as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
Tell us a bit about the STEM Festival. Why the STEM Festival? Why now?
Okay, so thank you once again for having me. The STEM Festival, it's here with us now because previously we had two satellite events, which was part of the National Science and Math Quiz anytime we're organizing it, which is the mentorship session and then the Sci-Tech Fair.
Right.
But then realized that, over the years, the quiz, as huge as it is, kind of overshadows those satellite events, which are equally important
Oh, yeah.
to the students. Because
Yeah.
for those who cannot be on stage to answer questions, they also can use their brains to develop projects and among other things. So we also felt that, look, it's important for us to give these activities the kind of lifeline that it deserves. And so we detached the activity from the quiz and then put it under one umbrella called the STEM Festival. So the mentorship session and the Sci-Tech Fair comes under an umbrella called the STEM Festival.
Right. And so that is what has led us to this. Now,
Exactly.
What are you seeking to achieve with this festival and all of that? Just today, we're reading about one of our senior high schools and the innovations they've come through with and how, they are employing science,
Yes.
to do marvelous things. What are you hoping to achieve with this STEM festival?
Well, it's primarily to promote STEM activities in schools, for instance, because it's quite
Right.
important that students get to know of what the kind of capabilities that they have. So one of the main ideas is to promote STEM in our schools, also to inspire and engage the students in STEM-related activities, and also to open the minds and students to the careers that we have in a STEM festival. So these are some of the ideas that are behind pushing the agenda of the STEM festival.
So is it based on any maybe analysis of the fact that STEM is low in our schools? I know you've targeted 10 schools that will be competing, on the competitive end of this festival. But is it because it's been identified that maybe STEM is not what it ought to be in our schools?
Yeah, because it's the schools naturally are having some of this activity, but then we think that we can do better as a nation, and then we need to catch them young and start developing them at this level so that we can achieve the objective that the nation looks at. Just as you mentioned earlier on, I mean, the development of every nation depends on STEM. I mean, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and so it's important for us to also contribute our quota towards unearthing our future scientists for this country.
Right.
That's why we had to come in with the STEM festival.
And it's important. We've had people, work with NASA and the rest of Ghanaian origin. So
Exactly.
if we're going to continue
Exactly.
that flow, we need to really focus on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And that is what brings me to my next question about mentorship.
Yeah.
Now, you have a mentorship drive as part of all of this.
Yeah.
What is it? Break it down for us. And what is it going to achieve in the end?
Well, okay, so the mentorship session, it's a career guidance session. Here to students or for that matter, students, yes. For all those who want to veer into science, to study or pursue science in schools, at the end of the day, when you ask them, what do you want to achieve? Or what do you want to do in the future? I want to be a medical doctor. So they tend to forget that, look, science, it's broad, it's wide. There are various fields in science or STEM that you can veer into, so that you don't necessarily zone in only on medical or medicine. So we felt that, look, it's important for us to open the minds and eyes of the students. And so we brought in people from the STEM field who are experienced, who have achieved to the kind of levels that we believe that we need to share those experiences with the students for them to know that, look, in developing a career in science, you don't only have to look at medicine. There's a wide range of careers that you can veer into. So the session is meant to open the minds and eyes of the students and to kind of inspire them. When those ones that we've held in the past, you realize that when the students hear this, they are quite, it catches their interest so well and so strongly, such that even after the sessions, they try to engage the mentors to know more, because of course.
So you've had these mentors over time?
Over time, because that's what, like I was saying, we previously were doing it alongside the quiz. Okay. So when we come together to the quiz, we have the period of time where we do the session. And the students, I mean, you realize that as soon as they start speaking, especially when it's outside of medicine, even though medicine in certain areas, people are not too privy to it. And so when they start, they get interested, so much interested in it. And so at the end of the session, students will naturally go out there. I mean, for those who have difficulty maybe coming up with questions to ask the mentors, they'll kind of engage their mentor to tell them more about them. And it's helped develop a lot of students who are now veering into all areas of science.
Who are some of these mentors? I mean, what are we talking? Engineers? Are we talking scientists? Are we talking?
Yes.
What caliber of people?
Well, engineering. We're talking of those people in actuarial science.
Okay.
Medicine. It's wide. It's wide. It's a wide range
within STEM.
Within STEM, it's a wide range within STEM. That comes under science, mathematics, technology, and all that. It's a wide range. So it's a tall list. I mean, if I have to mention. And so we try to catch. We have people, for instance, working in the banking sector. I mean, Absa Bank, it's a headline sponsor of, and we have people there who are working, but then they did science in schools, and so it tells you that science is broad. Science is why science is around us, and for which it's important for us to allow or to help our students know that it's not just about medicine. It's about a lot of things that you can do and help contribute your quotas.
Now, today is D-Day because you are launching the Sci-Tech Fair and all of these innovations that you're speaking of in terms of, building STEM in Ghana. And between now and August the 5th, there are going to be quite a number of activities. Tell us about some of these activities that we should expect between today, when it's launched at the Nat Hall, and August the 5th.
Right. So, as you indicated, we are launching today at the Nat Hall, and then we'll start with the mentorship session. So that's going to start after the launch, and then from today, it's going to start at 5 p.m. each day. Right. It's going to be an hour-long session, and it will be streamed live on our National Science and Math Schools Facebook pages, and then the STEM Festival Facebook pages as well. And of course, I know Joy News or my Joy Online also pick it up, and then also
Joy Learning. Joy Learning on Joy Learning,
and it's going to be on Joy Learning live.
Yeah,
going to Joy Learning live for an hour. So that's for the mentorship session, and the Sci-Tech Fair would come off on the 29th of July and then the 30th of July, and that activity it's in two parts. The Sci-Tech Fair. We have the exhibition part, and then we have the innovation challenge. Yeah. So we've allowed, previously, it was all about exhibition, where students come to exhibit some of the projects that they have been to develop, as you see on screen. So
sometimes even bordering on robotics and the rest.
Exactly. So we think that, look, it's about time to really challenge our contestants, because they have shown that they have the ability, the capability. So why don't we challenge them and then help them to do better than they've done.
And that's why you came up with these 10 schools.
Exactly.
What went into your selection of the schools? Is it because they've been coming and maybe showing some positive signs? How did you target them?
No, so we sent out the information out there. It was open to all schools who were supposed to send in proposals and to talk about whatever project you come to build, because it's on the Sci-Tech Fair is coming under the theme Fighting COVID-19 using innovative tech solutions. So you're supposed to build projects that would tailor towards this theme. And so they sent in their proposals, and we have a team of consultants who analyzed those proposals, and then out of those 10 schools were selected to engage or be part of that competition. So Sci-Tech Fair, which is coming up on the 29th and 30th, it's in two parts: exhibition and then the innovation challenge. And they're going to build projects right from the scratch to the end.
which is pretty interesting. I mean, looking at the images we were just looking at, from a hydroelectric plant to, you know, the construction of I don't know how many tier roads and all of that. Pretty futuristic in there. And if all of these ideas are coming forth, then I believe we have hope for the future.
Exactly.
People are thinking along these lines at this stage. They would be the same people ending up in engineering and other fields, changing the face of our country. And I believe that's your ultimate goal, isn't it?
Definitely. That's our goal. I mean, for us, we always want to give the students a platform to be able to rise up to the highest level that they can. I mean, we've done so with a quiz where we have a lot of people out there, I mean, coming from the National Science and Math schools who are established scientists in this country. And so we also believe that for those who cannot go on stage to be able to talk or answer questions, more or less, and then later apply, we also have to give them the platform where they can use their skills to develop projects that can help solve societal problems.
Now, maybe before we wrap up, like you mentioned, APSA is
the headline sponsor.
I mean, the Joy Group is also
certainly
here.
We have support from Joy Learning. I mean, who is carrying the sessions and I think the Sci-Tech Fair live. I mean, so and then we have Academic City College who are hosting the Sci-Tech Fair for the 2 days. And of course, we have another partner, YFM. But we are most grateful to multimedia for this kind of wonderful collaboration all those years, and we believe that it can only get better.
Right.
And of course, I also want to say shout out to APSA Bank. I mean, for something like this, they help in bringing the Africanity in our contestants and our students.
What did it take for you to get all these big entities on board? I know for my group, I mean, here we always look out for the best and we support what is good.
Yes.
But what did it take for you to get all these big entities on board?
Yeah, so I want to believe that just like you always look out for the best and you want to assist with, so does the other bodies also want to partner or collaborate with the best. And as far as we are concerned, Primetime, we try to do what we can do in the best of ways.
Well, we can only wish you the very best as we go through. And we're in this with you.
Yes, certainly.
Joy Learning will be following, and hopefully this will help nurture not just the future generation, but even the current generation of those who will help shape, you know, our country for the better. Any final words in terms of what people should expect between today when the launch is? Is the launch, though, is it going to be purely virtual? Is it going to be a hybrid? What is it like?
No, it's I wouldn't say it's not virtual, but it will be streamed live. Actually,
it will be streamed
live. Yes, but we have people who are coming all over. We have invited to see what we're trying to put together as our contribution towards helping this country to develop. And so I want to say a big thank you to especially all our sponsors, and also a big thank you to Ghana Education Service, who, I mean, we do some of this with them in terms of using the schools and the students, and then to APSA Bank once again for always for being part of this process and to be as a headline sponsor, and multimedia, with the multimedia group. A big thank you to you guys as well. And for all my team members, for the tireless work, the sleepless nights, I think that at the end of the day, we can look back to her and say that, look, through our efforts, we're able to achieve this for Ghana.
Right. Well, all the best, Samuel Nate Ajo. And I know, I'm very positive, upbeat about this.
Sure.
Good job. Anyway, thank you so much for joining the conversation. And from there, we talk about cleaning Ghana. And maybe even, Mr. Ajo, you might be interested in this one. Do you like kinky?
A lot.
You do?
I do. I ate kinky yesterday.
You ate kinky yesterday?
Yes.
Where do you get your kinky from?
Well, in my neighborhood, I have a special place that I usually go for my kinky.
Okay. You might want to hear about this